trust our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at
Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-day, my oh my, it is Friday. Wake up Wenatchee Valley on the air, 8th day of December 2023. Dan Kuntz, proud to be your host. 36 degrees, clear skies, gobs of gooey good sunshine today, and then all kinds of weather scenarios are going to play into what could be a very interesting Saturday and Saturday night. The National Weather Service is being very honest with us here. They said there's just so many different variables going on. It's really hard to pinpoint what we may get on Saturday afternoon and Saturday night. Snow, rain, freezing rain, a combination of all three of those or none of those. It's all possible. We have a very complex weather forecast coming up, and we'll have your headlines and sports. We'll preview the Seahawks and the Niners. 49ers are like a 10-point favorite to beat the Seahawks down in Santa Clara. We shall see. Seahawks need a victory if they plan on making the playoffs. They got a tall tale ahead of them on Sunday. All the prep action from over the weekend, college as well, specifically college hoops. We'll have that for you. Today in history, some celebrity birthdays, an opinion from my Mad Dog McNaughty, your obscure holiday of the day today. And they had opening night last night at the Numerica Performing Arts Center. Downtown was hopping. I was downtown from about 6 o'clock to about 8:30 last night. A lot of things going on, a lot of people eating out and enjoying the downtown Wenatchee. And at the Numerica PAC, the Wenatchee Valley Symphony Orchestra, in collaboration with the Fabulous Feet Dance Studio, opened their traditional Christmas show, The Nutcracker. They're going to do it again tonight. They got two shows on Saturday, a matinee and an evening show, and then they wrap it up with a matinee on Sunday. Nick Khalid, my good buddy, the musical director and the conductor of the Wenatchee Valley Symphony Orchestra, will be my guest. If you can get tickets, may sell out, probably will, all the shows. The Nutcracker with Nick comes up in the back half of the program. It is 2 minutes after the hour, and we begin our tours. Now, with skies like this, and even though we're still more than half an hour away from sunrise, we still get some pretty good cameras. I mean, check that out from our Wenatchee Heights camera. Barely a cloud to be seen. Again, this is just an anomaly. It is not going to stay this way for quite some time. The clouds won't be rolling in until tonight. And then again, the forecast is it's kind of everywhere, but we'll get to that in just a little bit. Good morning to the Wenatchee Valley. Good morning to Leavenworth. Ta-da! Good morning to Leavenworth from our Tumwater Canyon camera. There's still a couple of clouds there from that view, looking high over towards East Wenatchee. Sunrise this morning not till 7:35, sunset 4:10, 8 hours and 35 minutes of daylight. Again, the days are getting shorter, but it's not a big dramatic change. You know, earlier in the year, we start seeing differences of almost 2 minutes of daylight. Not the case now. We're getting shorter, but only by about 30 seconds a day. It's almost imperceivable. Up to McNeil Canyon we go. To speak over the top of McNeil and take a look at Lake Chelan, and that's what it looks like. Because we have all that information in the frame, in the screen, you can see a good swath of Lake Chelan, with Chelan proper down there in the lower left-hand corner, and the snow on top of the mountains surrounding beautiful Lake Chelan. And my guess is the Billy Goat camera is going to be spectacular this morning. And it is well over a mile above sea level, so we can get an incredible view of Alta Lake, Pateris, Brewster. Can't see Bridgeport, of course, is tucked behind the bar there, all the way up to Omak, Okanagan, Riverside, Tenasket. Beautiful view of the Methow River from high atop Billy Goat Mountain, looking over to the Alta Lake area. Some really cool views there. So the weather forecast is complex. There is going to be a system coming in, folks. That we know. What they don't really know is what exactly may happen on Saturday and Saturday night. Let's throw that slide up from the National Weather Service. Here we go. As you can see, where we're circled, that red circle, they just kind of don't know. I mean, they're being very honest with us. One thing we do know, the passes are going to get hammered. Stevens Pass is going to get an inch of snow an hour starting Saturday evening and right through Sunday. They're going to get about 2 feet of snow on Stevens Pass. Also heavy snow on I-90. Not so much on Blewett, but they're all going to get snow. but it's going to be traveling in the mountain passes is going to be difficult. What they don't know is what's going to happen right here in the Wenatchee Valley. We could see some snow, we could see some rain, we could see some freezing rain, we could get a mixture of all three, or we could get none of those things. The one thing that they're pretty certain on is we're backing off the snow totals here for the Wenatchee Valley. The passes are going to get the brunt of it as this system rolls through. They were thinking we could get up to 3 inches of snow here in Wenatchee yesterday, up to 3 inches. Now they're saying probably not. Of course, other locations will get more snow. So let's get right to it from the National Weather Service. It's a little bit of everything. Sunshine today, lower 40s. For the record, we hit 47 yesterday. 47, it really warmed up in the afternoon hours. Not going to be that warm today, but still not bad. Clouds will begin to roll in tonight, 27 for the overnight low. Now Saturday, during the day, things are going to be fairly stable. A rain-snow mix possible early in the morning, and then some afternoon rain, and then back to snow by the evening hours. So rain, snow, and then rain, and then snow throughout the course of the day today. Again, snow totals and the amount is kind of cattywampus. The big story is going to be Saturday night. Snow level is going to go from 1,100 feet up to 2,700 feet after midnight. We're going to be right about the freezing mark for the overnight low. We're going to get some snow. Question is how much, and how much is going to stick around. They're just hedging their bets. And then Sunday, now they're saying we're going to see some rain and warmer conditions with a high of 38. And we stay that way on Monday with a high of 41, and then we cool down a little bit. With the exception of tomorrow, Saturday, all of these high temperatures that you see there are above normal, or normal high this time of the year is 35. And we're going to be above normal for the most part, with the exception of Saturday. And again, Saturday night is the best chance of some kind of miserable precipitation. What exactly it will be, we will find out together. And if you can avoid the mountain passes Saturday afternoon and Saturday night, do it. Ain't going to be fun. Going to take a break. When we come back, we got your headlines. You're watching a Friday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
At Confluence Health, our mission is clear: to provide exceptional care for our community. We believe in healthcare that's personal and local because we're just like you, members of this great community.
We are Confluence.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
We are Confluence.
Caught in a conflict? Family, workplace, neighbor, business, housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
The holiday season is here, and life is hectic. Let Merry Maids help simplify yours. You expect a lot, and Merry Maids delivers more. They'll make your home or business sparkle for holiday parties, special events, and family gatherings. They'll customize the cleaning to fit your needs and your budget. Merry Maids are cleaning experts. They're licensed, bonded, and insured. Best of all, your satisfaction is always guaranteed. Visit online, merrymaids.com, and call for a free estimate. Then you can relax. It's done.
Hey, welcome back to Save Mart. What can we help you find today?
We're looking for a mattress.
Oh, right this way. We got a large selection. We have this pillow top here.
Oh, comfortable.
We have more to choose from down here.
Oh.
I think I have the perfect one over here for you.
I guess we'll take this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Gorgeous morning, 34 degrees, lower 40s today, sunshine for everybody. The system starts rolling in tonight. We get a little bit of everything, or perhaps nothing at all. Rain, snow, freezing rain, it's all possible, but we could get some measurable snow on Saturday night before it switches over to rain on Sunday. It's 10 minutes after the hour. A Wenatchee woman who went missing early Wednesday morning has been found. However, Chelan County Sheriff's deputies say that they're still trying to figure out exactly what happened. 47-year-old Deborah Hanson reported missing around 5 a.m. Wednesday morning. Authorities are saying they have reason to believe an assault took place on the Apple Capitol Recreation Loop Trail just north of the Otobashian Bridge. The male suspect was reportedly wearing dark clothing, blue gloves, and a balaclava covering his face. Now, according to a press release, evidence has been located, and detectives from both the Chelan County Sheriff's Office and the Douglas County Sheriff's Office are jointly investigating the incident. Authorities are asking anybody with information about what happened to contact the Chelan County Sheriff's tip line. Well, it's an official now. Washington State's 2023 general election is done. Results certified by the Secretary of State's office, by Secretary of State Steve Hobbs. Turnout, not real good. About 1.7 million registered voters participated in the general election. Statewide turnout, 36.4%. Pretty low. There were some lively local races, of course, as we know, and a few initiatives, but Hobbs said this was the first general election in more than 50 years without a statewide issue or a statewide race to be decided by all the voters in Washington State. Of course, that's going to change next year, 2024 congressional elections, presidential elections, special elections in February, the presidential primary in March. So let's hope that 2023 was an anomaly. City of East Wenatchee welcomed their new council members at their meeting on Tuesday night. It started out with Mayor Geraldine Crawford being sworn in for her second term. Of course, she ran unopposed, and then she swore in the 4 members of the council, which included returning council members Shane Magdoff and Christine Johnson. Harry Rabb and John Stirk pictured there. 2 longtime council members. They got certificates of appreciation for their service on the council. Rabb served for 21 years. John Stirk served for 8 years. Newcomers Mark Botello and Ken Arnold will begin their terms officially on New Year's Day. A Chelan County Sheriff's deputy has been honored for his work as a Marine Patrol officer. Congratulations to Garrett Churchill. He was named the Marine Law Enforcement Officer of the Year by the Boating Safety Program of the Washington State Department of Parks and Recreation. Each year, the state agency recognizes local boating safety and enforcement programs. Churchill joined the Chelan County Sheriff's Department in 2021, became the dedicated Marine Patrol deputy this year. Sheriff Mike Morrison says Churchill helped turn the Marine program around after several years when it failed to meet state standards. He and other deputies put in 467 hours on Chelan County's lakes and rivers over the past year, and they conducted more than 500 vessel inspections. And plant biologists have been keeping a very close eye on a plant that only grows in Chelan County and no place else. In the Wenatchee Mountains, it's called the checker mallow. It is, as you might imagine, endangered since it only grows in Chelan County. Well, they're taking steps, biologists are, to preserve the species. Workers recently began planting seedlings of the checker mallow in the Wenatchee foothills. About 260 plugs of the native plant were inserted in the backcountry, hopefully to winter over, and then come spring, they'll begin blooming. Some of the plants were protected with a small plastic cage. The idea is to keep animals that want to eat them from eating them. Last year, an estimated 38,000 individual checker mallows were found growing in the Wenatchee Valley. Talking about flowers in the wintertime, I'm all for that. That's the news at 14 minutes. After the hour, one more newscast before we get your weekend going with Grant and Eric. It'll be on television, or as we'd like to say in the business, TV, at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. 5, 6, and 10 on TV. If that doesn't work for you, our newscast will be up and running on the World Wide Web. You can watch it via our homepage, ncwlife.com, via our Facebook page, and via our YouTube page. Oh, and don't forget our app, too. Check out our app. We're pretty proud of it. And if there's a news story out there, get a hold of us. News at ncwlife.com. What happened in the ever-widening world of sports on Thursday and what's coming up this weekend, I'll let you know next. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Introducing Alpine Airman. Because every home needs a superhero to eliminate poor indoor air quality, send inefficient operating equipment packing, and cut high energy bills down to size. For heating or cooling and equipment replacement, turn to the experts and the superheroes at Carrier and Alpine Air. We offer the best deals on high-efficiency Carrier products, along with friendly, knowledgeable service and incredible savings to fit your budget.
Now there are even more reasons to meet at the Pybus Market. Outdoor dining and tastings, the fabulous Farmers Market, Saturday artisans on the concourse, and your favorites all week long. No matter the reason, it's always time to meet at the Pybus Market. Pybus Market, where community meets.
Come enjoy the very best of the Chelan Valley. Combine award-winning wines, outstanding food, and music to create a memorable holiday experience. Chelan Cellars and Sorrento's Ristorante, your Tuscan paradise.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's taking in the lights with all your friends in a spacious Accord, or taking in a snow day in a rugged CR-V. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Sports at 17 minutes after the hour, the Seahawks heavy underdogs, perhaps for good reason, against the San Francisco 49ers. They'll do battle in Santa Clara on Sunday afternoon. The Las Vegas sports books have the Niners as a 9.5-point favorite. Why is there a half point in that? You can't score a half point, last I checked anyway. Of course, Seattle has a 3-game losing streak they're trying to get rid of. Defensive tackle Jaron Reed says it's pretty simple. We need to win.
I think we got more than motivation just being an underdog right now. You know, we need these wins. We need these wins, and we need them bad. But I don't think nobody's panicking right now. We're all focused. We're all locked in on what we need to do, and we know we need to win. The underdog mentality, we can use that. Whatever type of inspiration somebody would need, that's fine. But right now, we need to win, and we need to play a whole complete game as a whole team.
Of course, the Seahawks scored 35 points last week against Dallas. Wasn't enough. Abe Lucas is back, the tackle, and the quarterback, Geno Smith, said it's good to have him back.
You know, I think Abe, I mean, you can see it in the last game, just the way that he finishes blocks in the run game. You know, what he brings to the table as far as leadership. You know, he's not a vocal guy. He's not very loud, but he leads by example, and you can feel his presence in the huddle and on the field. And so it was great to have Abe back out there. He's a dynamic player. He's a guy that we count on. And, you know, all the guys have stepped up and done great, but you can really feel his presence when he's out there.
He missed, Lucas did, 10 games because of a bad knee. In fact, after the season, they're going to have to work on the knee a little bit. Abe told the press he was very proud of his backups while he was out of the lineup.
The guys who have come in have done a really, really fantastic job. I mean, you got a guy in Jason Peters, you know, who's 41 years old and still competing with guys who are like my age, you know what I mean, and still showing up and doing well. And, you know, Stone came in and balled out, Jake balled out. Anthony Bradford's growing as a player, so I don't know if there was like a super massive drop-off necessarily. I think guys had the right attitude about it and came in and put their best foot forward.
It is the Seahawks and the 49ers, Sunday, 1:05 on Fox. The Gonzaga women's basketball team won a thriller on the road at Cal last night. They went to overtime, but the Bulldogs came out on top of the Bears, 78-70. 21 points for Yvonne Ejim and 18 from Brenna Maxwell leading the way. Gonzaga stays in California. They take on Rice tomorrow. I'm trying to figure that one out. Gonzaga is in Spokane, Rice is in Houston, and they're playing in California. Oh, well, that's on ESPN+. Eastern Washington will host Walla Walla tomorrow night at 6, and the Huskies visit 21st ranked Washington State Sunday at 1 o'clock. Men's college basketball this weekend. Eastern Washington is at Air Force tomorrow at 3. 7th ranked Gonzaga visits Washington at 8 at ESPN2. I'll be watching that. And the Cougars will host Grambling Sunday at 3. Seattle Kraken, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 losses in a row. And once again, a one-goal game. And once again, they're on the short end of the stick. Ty Cartier came up with just the one goal. The Kraken were outshot 38-17.
Walking down the wall in the waning seconds. Palat spins it back, turns it over. Done out of the box as the Kraken race up ice. Moving in, here's a shot for Schmid. Makes the stop for reinforcements. Works it back to the line. Here's Tolman in with a shot. Batted out in front toward Beniers. Trying to kick at it and covered by Schmid. And it lived up to it. What a thrilling game that was with a ton of action, 11 combined goals in that 6-5 win. Jesper Bratt, the hero, in the final minute. Escher lobs one across. Back out in front, they score! It's Andre Palat, and the Devils grab the lead on the road in the first in Seattle. Pulled up, played it for Luke Hughes, and now Jared McCann carries up ice for the Kraken. He's got Everly with him. Everly trying to settle down a bouncing puck. McCann nearly went airborne over the top of Akira Schmid. Plays it around for Luke Hughes out high. Walking the line, fire a one-timer kicked out. Miller, back door, sprawling out Grubauer. Fire cut off Everly and Cartier. On the reload, here's Mercer. Moving in with a shot and a save, Grubauer. Pulled up the wall, met there by the long reach of Larson. And now McCann banks for Burakovsky, who couldn't elude Kevin Ball. Jabbed along for Marino. Picked up by Wenberg to the slot, they score! Ty Cartier ties this game at 1. For the speedy McLeod, always playing at 100 miles an hour. Pitched around by Devin Shore, just back from the AHL. Below the goal line, worked out in front for Nemitz, they score! Shimon Nemitz, his first in the NHL. Touched on by McCann. Here's Wenberg to the forehand. What a stop by Schmid. Dunn stops on a dime on Mercer. Dunn works it to the goal line. Fed across toward Beniers, who couldn't get the shot off cleanly. Schmid makes a save on McCann.
It comes back to haunt him.
Out in front, Wenberg is denied by Schmid. Across the crease, and another save by Schmid. It's checked there by McCann. Goes through the slot, and here's a 2-on-1. It's McCann with Gord. McCann shoots and rang it off the post. Held in by Bjorkstrand. Move for Dunn toward the net. Off a body in front. Final 4 seconds. Loose to the side of Schmid. Jabbed at, and horns. The Devils get the job done in Seattle.
Cartier and Coach Dave Haxtell said after the game what we've been hearing for a long time. They're playing good hockey. They're just not getting over the hump.
I mean, obviously it's a little bit of frustration, but I feel like this is a great group here. I mean, we're all working together. Obviously right now it's not working, but I feel like the belief is in the team. We're all together here, and we're fighting. So I mean, we're gonna grow from this and become better. And right now we just gotta find a way to get the first one. After that, we're gonna keep rolling.
Not in general. We played our tails off tonight. Yeah, I mean, this is, it's a hard outcome, right? Played against a good hockey team. We played really hard. We made a couple mistakes. Right? That's the nature of the beast, and right now, like I said, we're not getting the benefit of some of the hard work. And like I said, tonight we not just you can't just show up and work hard. You can show up and execute, and there was a lot of positive execution on our part tonight.
Kraken remain home. Tampa Bay in town at Climate Pledge Arena, 7 o'clock. On Root Sports Northwest. The hottest team in the Western Hockey League is the Wenatchee Wild, winners of 8 in a row, and they'll try to continue to be the hottest team in the Western Hockey League. They're on the road this weekend. They'll be in Kennewick to take on Tri-City tomorrow night at 6:05, and then in the Lilac City Sunday at 5:05. You can hear the games with our friend Austin Trade on 560 KPQ. Eastmont and Freda and Moses Lake all came up short in wrestling last night. The Wildcats lost at home to the visiting Davis Pirates 42-27. We don't know Wenatchee and West Valley. We didn't get a score. If you know, let us know. Let's see, Sunnyside down, Moses Lake 44-27, and the Ellensburg Bulldogs edged Freda 48-30. All about tournament wrestling tomorrow. Wenatchee travels to Olympic High School. They start wrestling at 7:45 in the morning. No, thank you. Eastmont's at the Inland Classic at 9. Freda at the West Valley Invite at 9 o'clock. Moses Lake sends 2 squads out and about, one to Toppenish and one to Othello. At 10, Cashmere, Chelan, and Quincy will be at the Connell Invite. That also starts at 10 o'clock. Les Schwab Prep Boys basketball scoreboard from last night. Freda edged Wahluke 60-58. Bridgeport beat Wilson Creek 71-41. It was Oroville over Pateris 55-49. And Okanagan topped Warden in boys basketball 53-49. Girls play last night. Freda eased by Wahluke 68-27. Bridgeport over Wilson Creek 47-23. Warden over Okanagan 67-50. Now the schedule. We'll start out with girls. Wenatchee is at West Valley at 5:30. Chelan will host Cascade at 5:45. Soap Lake is at Riverside Christian. Tenaska takes on Waterville Mansfield at 6, and Ellensburg visits Moses Lake at 7. As far as the boys tonight, Wenatchee at West Valley at 7. Ellensburg hosts Moses Lake. And Soap Lake travels to Riverside Christian. Chelan will host Cascade at 7:15. Waterville Mansfield plays at Tenaska at 7:30. And Antioch will host Elmira, Cooley, Heartline, Simon, and Garfunkel. And now to Saturday. A busy girls' schedule starts at noon tomorrow. Eastmont's at Lake Stevens. Wenatchee will host Cheney at 2:30. Inchelium plays at Waterville Mansfield at 3. Quincy will host Lakeside at 9 Mile Falls at 3:30. Highlands at Oroville. Moses Lake welcomes Davis at 4:30. Bridgeport's at Antioch. Royal visits Chelan at 5:45. Liberty Bell will host Brewster tomorrow night at 6. And the boys' schedule tomorrow. Eastmont at Lake Stevens at 2 o'clock. I don't know about that. You know, we'll see how the passes are. Wenatchee will host Cheney at 4. Waterville Mansfield will host Inchelium at 4:30. Lakeside plays at Quincy at 5. Manson's in Clayella. Moses Lake hosts Davis. Bridgeport plays at Antioch. Chelan hosts Royal. Brewster visits Liberty Bell. And those are just some of the games that people are playing on this 8th day of December. Among the obscure holidays that you can celebrate, National Lard Day. I kid you not. Lard does a body good. If you live in Panama, it's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day for you folks down there in the Isthmus. Of course, Hanukkah is now officially underway. It began at sunset last night. It's National Salesperson Day. It's Pretend to be a Time Traveler Day. These are actual holidays. National Brownie Day. Maybe I should have done that. National Youth Day in Albania. So if you're watching in Albania on the web, happy National Youth Day. But today is National Lost and Found Day. Lost and Found Day, the second Friday of December. It's time to go out and claim those things that you lost, either actual physical objects or maybe something a little more metaphysical. Am I getting too deep for you? Fun facts about lost and found. The average person spends about 10 minutes a day trying to find something. It sounds about right. Where is that? What did I do with it? The top 3 lost items. Number 1, cell phones. Number 2, keys. Number 3, glasses, in that order. Every week, about 12,000 laptops are misplaced at airports all over this country. And every year, they think about 200,000 cell phones are left behind in taxis in New York City alone every year. But my favorite lost and found involves Disney World in Orlando, Florida. Every day at Disney World, 210 pairs of sunglasses are turned in to lost and found. 210 pairs of sunglasses every day at Disney World. Since Disney World opened in 1971, over 1.7 million sunglasses have been turned into lost and found. Every year, 6,000 cell phones are turned into the Disney World Lost and Found, 3,500 digital cameras, and 18,000 hats that fall off the head while you're on a ride and they end up in Lost and Found at Disney World. It's out there, I hope. It's the bottom of the hour. 2 items in Today in History. Both of them took place on a Monday. We'll start out with Monday, December 8th, 1941, at high noon in front of a joint session of Congress, President Franklin Delano Roosevelt gives a speech. Shortly thereafter, Congress declares war on Japan. And interesting, we're going to show you an excerpt. The speech itself is about 6.5 minutes long. You didn't want to make it very long. You wanted to make it as short as possible. And I'll give you a little tidbit about this speech after you watch an excerpt.
Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy. The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan. The attack yesterday on the Hawaiian Islands has caused severe damage to American naval and military forces. I regret to tell you that very many American lives have been lost. No matter how long it may take us to overcome this premeditated invasion, the American people in their righteous might will win through to absolute victory. I ask that the Congress declare that since the unprovoked and dastardly attack by Japan on Sunday, December 7th, 1941, a state of war has existed between the United States and the Japanese Empire.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt had a speech-writing staff. They were very good, as a matter of fact, but that speech, Roosevelt wrote himself, all of it, word for word, December 8th, 1941. And it was also a Monday, December 8th, 1980. I was a sophomore in high school. I got back from basketball practice in the kitchen alone. I was eating dinner. Mom had left dinner warm for me in the oven. My siblings and parents had scattered about the house somewhere, and Monday Night Football was on. It was the Patriots and the Dolphins. I wasn't really paying attention to the game. I was eating dinner and doing some homework, and then Howard Cosell told me and the rest of America what had happened. Here is a video montage of the events of Monday, December 8th, 1980.
Gain of a yard. It'll be 3rd and 7.
In case the folks missed the earlier news flash, ABC News has confirmed that John Lennon, a member of the famed Beatles, maybe the best known member, was shot twice in the back outside of his apartment building in the west side of New York tonight, rushed to the Roosevelt Hospital, dead on arrival. An unspeakable tragedy. Details on Nightline 30 minutes after the end of this contest.
He was shot late this evening in front of his apartment building in New York City. Apparently, he was killed almost immediately. The man who shot John Lennon walked up to the musician as he was leaving his limousine. According to eyewitnesses, he said, "Mr. Lennon," and then fired at him point blank at least 5 times.
Former Beatle John Lennon is dead. He was shot a short time ago outside his Manhattan apartment building. He died at Roosevelt Hospital. Police have a suspect in custody.
This evening, John Lennon arrived at the emergency room at the Roosevelt Hospital. He was dead at the time of his arrival. Numerous resuscitative efforts were made after his arrival in the hospital, including transfusions, surgical procedures, other procedures, but in spite of the effort of many physicians and after many procedures, we were unable to restore the life of Mr. Lennon.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Tom Brokaw. This is today, December 9th. I'm here with Jane Pauley, and this entire half hour will be devoted to the murder of John Lennon, ex-Beatle, one of the best-known musicians and most influential people of his time. As you heard Dr. Stephen Lynn at Roosevelt Hospital in New York City say, Lennon was shot and killed at about 11 o'clock last night outside his apartment building.
Monday, December 8th, 1980, 43 years ago today. I will never forget that night. On a much happier note, birthdays. Mr. Wonderful, Mr. Show Business. He could sing, he could act, he could dance. He was the entertainer. Sammy Davis Jr. would have been 98 years old today, the great Sammy Davis Jr. Mr. Wonderful, Mr. Show Business. He hated this song, The Candyman. It was his only #1 hit. His manager said, it's going to be a big hit, Sammy, so you should record The Candyman. And Sammy said, I don't want to do it. He was dry kicking and screaming. In fact, they recorded all of the backing vocals, including the children's choir, and all the music was recorded in advance, and all Sammy had to do was go in by himself with nobody else around and lay down his vocal track. He did it in one take and got the hell out of there. Sammy Davis Jr., born in the state in 1925, and the great Greg Allman, the leader of the Allman Brothers. They could have broken up when his brother Dwayne died in 1971, but they kept right on going, and I'm glad they did. We lost Greg Allman 6 years ago at the age of 69, but the music lives on. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. Proud to be a platinum sponsor of not only this award-winning program, which has never actually won an award, but for all of our quality local programming here on the NCW Life channel, and even the shows that aren't particularly good. And happy birthday to Marion. There she is. Da, 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 da. As Eric told me this morning, I outkicked my coverage when I married Marion Gramstrom. Give her a big hand. A ray of sunshine on an otherwise cloudy day. Happy birthday, Marion. I'm not going to tell you how old Marion is. She knows, and that's good enough for us. Mike McNally's Opinion is right around the corner, and then my good buddy Nick Khalid, the musical director and the conductor of the Wenatchee Valley Symphony Orchestra. It's back again in collaboration with Melissa Miller-Port and the Fabulous Feet Dance Studios, The Nutcracker. Nick, when we come back, you watch Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
At Kennedy Group, we understand that buying and selling is more than a transaction, and it's more than just a house. This is where you will gather with friends and family, and where a lifetime of memories will be made. But buying a home is more than memories. Oftentimes, it's your biggest financial decision. The agents at Kennedy Group understand this and provide real estate advice based on your goals and dreams. Call us today, and let's find your happy place.
Have you been to Boswell's Furniture lately?
Yes, Boswell's has an expansive 2-story showroom filled with so many great choices for our living room, dining room, and bedroom.
Did you know that Boswell sells directly from their store inventory, so we wouldn't have to wait to get our new furniture?
Yes, plus Boswell's has free local delivery and complimentary design service to help us with the layout and fabric choices.
No waiting and amazing customer service. I mean, why would we go anywhere else?
Boswell's on Easy Street. It's closer than you think.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
Wenatchee! Where you at? From the heavens!
Where you at?
Woo! Where you at? Where you at? WWE Super Show is where it's at.
Where you at?
Live in Wenatchee, January 7th. Tickets and Superstar Experience packages available now.
Hey,
This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and everybody's entitled to my opinion. Now, at home, we rarely watch network TV, but once in a while, like we watch the national news, or in the morning when we're out of town staying at a motel or something, we might watch HGTV or find a station that's playing Law and Order, particularly SVU. Yeah. But being Netflix and Amazon Prime junkies, network TV drives us crazy. 6 minutes of a show and the same amount of time watching commercials? I mean, it's ridiculous. No wonder streaming services are taking over TV entertainment. I mean, how many stupid drug commercials or ads for toilet paper can someone stomach when you're trying to enjoy reruns of Leave It to Beaver or a new episode of This Is Us? Gosh. This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and that's my opinion.
Global Car Care has the best customer service in the Valley. From the moment you walk in the door, their goal is to help you stay on the road, so you can keep doing what's important to you. Global Car Care certified ASE mechanics stand behind your automotive repairs.
It's cold outside and time to make sure your loved ones are safe and secure at home during the cold months ahead. Aging and Adult Care has low-cost in-home care options for seniors, adults with disabilities, and for caregivers assisting relatives or friends. Services like housekeeping, personal care, and home-delivered meals can make such a difference for you or someone you know. These services and more are available by calling Aging and Adult Care's offices at 1-800-572-4459.
Hey folks, Lehman here with Crown Furniture and Mattress. Folks, there's no question if you're looking for top quality furniture and mattresses, Crown Furniture and Mattress is the place for you. Whether it's FlexSteel's patented blue steel spring, Englander's 120 years of innovation, or Stanton's incredible comfort. Folks, we have it all. So stop by and see us today at 736 South Wenatchee Avenue.
At Coldwell Banker, their people, their company are cut from a different cloth. They see, hear, sense, and feel things that other people don't. They have a unique appreciation for the thing called home. Because of this dedication, Coldwell Banker has thrived for over a century. This is why they are ranked #1 on Agent Trust. Coldwell Banker. They do real estate with higher standards and have been guiding people home since 1906.
Hey, hon, would you run this around to the wash rack?
Oh, okay.
Hey, hon, what happened?
They shrunk the truck.
The all-new midsize Canyon is now available at Sangster Motors.
Welcome back to the program. For a lot of people, it isn't Christmas without the classic ballet, The Nutcracker, from Tchaikovsky. It puts everybody in the Christmas mood. For a lot of people, it's their introduction to ballet, for that matter. And with me once again is the musical director and the conductor of the Wenatchee Valley Symphony Orchestra, our good buddy, Nick Khalid. How are you, my friend?
Thanks for having me. Love being here.
Always good to see you, my friend. This is huge for your organization for any number of reasons, and I want to get this right out of the way. This is a nonprofit organization. It's all volunteer performers. You're paid, but you should be paid. This is a significant fundraiser for your organization, isn't it?
This is true for our organization and organizations all around the world. The Nutcracker has become kind of the tradition for the holiday season, as is the Messiah. And so this accounts for many ballet companies and orchestras, 40%, 50% of their total revenue for the season.
And this is an artistic collaboration with Wenatchee Valley Symphony Orchestra providing the music. Melissa Miller Port, and her fine organization at Fabulous Feet provides the ballerinas, and you combine forces. Dress rehearsals going on behind us this Wednesday as we tape this. How's it going so far?
Great, and this is actually the first time the orchestra is being involved this year. Melissa and I have been working together for 10 years on this, so we know our tempos really, really well. We have a great rapport, and so some of these musicians have done this for 10 straight years. So this is kind of like just add water at this point.
when you're doing a rehearsal, you can't really see. How do you communicate with each other? Like, oh, my dancers missed their mark, and we have to start again at a certain. How does that work, communication-wise?
Well, for most music directors, they have to hit a tempo because the dancers really need to feel like they're bouncing or doing something physical to the correct tempo. I've done this so many years, and Melissa and I have known each other so well. It's totally my body, and we never miss the mark.
Now, it's not the full symphony orchestra. It's a smaller version of it for a couple of reasons. There's only so much space on stage, and you guys are actually behind their performers, so there's only so much room for your group.
This is quite unusual to have an orchestra not in an orchestra pit. Tchaikovsky's orchestra had triple woodwinds, huge brass section, big percussion. If you ask any ballet company around the world, they'll do one of several different reductions, so depending on their size of their pit, just depending on the size of the stage. So we're doing what was called the McDermott medium reduction for about 20 players back there.
This is a collaboration in a certain extent. I can't stress this enough. You guys have been doing this, as you said, for 10 years. The real pressure is really on Melissa and her Fabulous Feet crew, because they're the ones, she has to bring in new dancers every year. She carries a significant load here.
She is, first of all, a great director and a great leader, but she is managing not only adults, but children as young as 4 or 5 years old. So these, with ranges of ability levels. So her ability to make sure everyone's hitting their spots. You know, they've been rehearsing since summer, and that's a lot of work for what's turning out to be about a 90-minute show.
And I started at the start of this interview. I mentioned this. For a lot of people, this is their introduction to not only classical music, because the music is very accessible. It's not an intimidating kind of a classical music thing, which can be for some people, but also to ballet and to dance. This is the best of both worlds in that regard, isn't it?
Yeah, everything's accessible, and it's because there's so many people involved. Families tend to use this as their gateway into, okay, let's just see what's going on. And so many people walk away from this production just overjoyed, in awe, because it's a visual spectacle. Also, it's an oral treat for your ears.
It is. It's a fan. The music is fan. You know what? I was introduced to this. You're going to love this. Duke Ellington's version in like the early '60s. That's how I was introduced to the Nutcracker.
We did this actually at CWU. We did the Ellington Nutcracker right after the Tchaikovsky Nutcracker, one by one, and we saw the differences between the two. That was really a good riot.
It is Wednesday as we tape this, so I can't stress this enough. The first show was last night. Friday at 7 o'clock, probably going to sell out. 2 shows Saturday. A matinee at 2 o'clock is, I think, sold out now at this point, or awfully close to it.
Yeah, if you're not online right now buying a ticket, you're probably out of luck. I saw single-digit availability for a lot of these shows, but we do have this live stream availability for tonight, Friday night. Go online, get the live stream. It's not the complete experience, but at least you can get in to access what we're doing.
And as live streams go, it's pretty good, but you really want to be here. The matinees are Saturday at 2 and Sunday at 2, and those typically sell out completely.
Those are in the single digits. So the matinees are the ones that are selling the best right now.
So if you want to sit next to somebody, you're probably out of luck on that.
Exactly.
Yeah. As far as rehearsal for you guys, the musicians, they probably do this in their sleep at this point?
Yes, I joke about this because every year I actually never open my score because I have it in my body and I know it so well. So I just go ahead and conduct it, and everyone, we kind of look at each other and smile about all those spots that we do every single year. It's in the bag.
Being on stage, but not being able to be seen unless you're up in the balcony, and your musicians are reading their chart. Most of them probably don't even really need to read their sheet music at this point. They kind of know where they're at. How do you know you're getting to the audience, that you're touching them right here when you can't see what's going on? Melissa can't. You can't.
That's true. You know, my job as a conductor is to not make a sound. My back is to the audience. No, it's a very unusual role, but I like to tell my conducting students especially that I can feel the energy of the room, and part of my role actually is to show the audience what to listen for. So some of my cues are not for the orchestra, they're for the audience.
It's kind of interesting. I've read up on this a little bit. I'm very familiar with it. I don't really know the history of it. This was a commissioned work that Tchaikovsky was asked to do.
Yeah.
He didn't really want to do it. In fact, he was kind of dragged kicking and screaming into composing the music, didn't he?
Yeah, you should think about people like Steven Spielberg and John Williams. That collaborative relationship, they had this kind of, you have an idea, I have an idea. For Tchaikovsky and the commissioner, the commissioner had a very detailed idea, exactly the number of measures, exactly the number of minutes, exactly when we're supposed to go to this scene to this scene. So Tchaikovsky's creative freedom was not there for this one.
And it tells, no, it wasn't. It really wasn't. But who knew that this was going to be one of the works that would be, like, you know, part of the absolute classical music canon is this. And it's a good story, too. It's a good story.
It's a great story because it just feels whimsical. It feels like fantasy. Everyone identifies with this kind of idea of like the real world and this fantastical world and coming back from that. I think it's great for all ages.
And again, it is Wednesday as we tape this, but this isn't there until Friday. It's Friday morning as we air this show. So Friday night at 7 o'clock, tonight at 7 o'clock. Again, I don't know. Just go to the Numerica PAC website. Best of luck. But you can stream tonight's performance if for whatever reason you can't make it in. And then matinee Saturday at 2, probably sold out. Saturday night at 7 o'clock, and then another matinee at Sunday. Is 5 a record for you guys? 5 shows total, right?
We've done 5 is the most for our runs. But if you go to, let's say, Portland or Seattle, they're doing like upwards of 45 shows in the season.
So next year, maybe 45 shows?
We'll see.
Nick, before I cut you loose, next April is your next big show here, right? You want to give folks a little teaser? What
Actually,
you got going on?
it's our next show is going to be in February. It's a show called Kon Anime, and the idea is we're going to do music that's meant to be accompanied by animated features. And in fact, we're going to show a movie right there on a screen with a brand new projector. It's going to feature an animated creature called Sprite as they explore the instruments of the orchestra.
You mentioned the brand new projector, and they've made some significant upgrades here to the Numerica Performing Arts Center, including the sound system and the acoustics.
Yes.
This is a nice hall. From an acoustic standpoint, it's a cool place to play.
Yeah, we did the rock concert a couple months ago with a new system, and it's state of the art. So I'm really excited to do this thing with the projector.
Nick Kali, the conductor and musical director of the Wenatchee Valley Symphony Orchestra. Break a leg, my friend. We will see you in February before the next show.
Sounds good.
Fair enough?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the Columbia Basin Dispute Resolution Center. We are a local nonprofit serving Grant and Adams counties, helping businesses and people resolve difficult issues so they can move toward a better future. We offer help with workplace disputes, residential issues, family matters, and can train your staff in conflict prevention and resolution skills. Call us at 509-237-8401 to learn more.
Enjoy some Christmas cheer at Chelan Ridge Winery. Whether you sit by the fireplace inside or prefer the all-new heated deck outside, you will truly enjoy an amazing view and that down-home hospitality the Ridge is famous for. Christmas at the Ridge is always a special occasion.
The River House Cigar Bar is one of the few smoke-free cigar bars in Washington. With 36 custom craft cocktails, draft beer, wine, and a full menu, the River House has it all in a recently remodeled smoke-free lounge. Check it out just off Riverside Drive in Wenatchee. Bob File Boats and Motors is your local Yamaha headquarters. For more than 30 years, Yamaha outboards have delivered far more than superior power, performance, and efficiency. Yamaha owners get something that can't be measured in horsepower or RPM. Legendary Yamaha reliability. Find the Yamaha outboard that fits your life at Bob File Boats and Motors on Sunset Highway in East Wenatchee or online at bobfile.com.
If you love good food and drink, you don't have to look all over for the food truck anymore. You can go directly to Mama Tina's new location at Riverside 9 Apartments. Top-rated pizza, sandwiches, and calzones in a full bar make Mama Tina's your new destination restaurant.
Now, am I looking into this camera? Or am I looking, where am I looking?
We're gonna have you just look at it.
The holiday season is coming, and Santa's making his 15-second commercial for NCW Life Channel. Are you? Ho, 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 ho.
All right, we got some time before we send you on down the road for what I hope to be is a nice, pleasant, quiet weekend. Mother Nature has other things planned. Again, the complete forecast details. And I mentioned before at the start of the show, National Weather Service is being very honest with us. They say there's so many different things that can happen, especially Saturday afternoon and Saturday night. They're kind of hedging their bets a little bit. That's understandable. It's a human endeavor forecasting the weather. Yeah, they got tools. and computers. But the bottom line is it's a human endeavor, and it's by nature flawed. I guess we're going to see. But we have some time. So cameras around the valley in north central Washington. One more blast, because a lot of viewers tell me they really like this. Now that the sun is up, and has been for about 20 minutes, it is starting to bathe Birch Mountain on the left. Nice view there of the Wenatchee Valley. All that snow that we had, of course, is long gone, but we're going to see a little bit, looks like, on Saturday night into Sunday morning. I don't know. We're just going to find out together where we're going. Ooh, Jump Off Ridge. Oh, there's a cloud up there. Jump Off Ridge, high above the Stemelt Basin. Good morning to our friends down in the Stemelt Basin and Malaga, a spectacular view there. Maybe a couple of patches of snow, and that's about it. Most of what you see there are water reservoirs. They can trap the water and keep watering orchards even when there's no chance to do that. Camera 3. Ephrata? That's got to be Ephrata. That's got to be the seat of Grant County. Good morning to Ephrata, Washington, as the sun begins to come up there. We need to use that camera more often because we love our friends out in the Columbia Basin. They watch us, I know, they tell me. And camera 4. Ooh, oh, he's throwing me for a loop. Let me think here. That's a spectacular framing job. That's got to be the Enchantments. Trying to figure out what camera that actually is. Uriah, help me out, buddy. Oh, that's Hay Canyon. Okay, so that's high above Cashmere, but I think he's got that pointed towards the Enchantments in Leavenworth. In fact, that might be Stein Hill in front of us. I'm thinking that's Stein Hill directly in front of us, and then the Enchantments behind us. That's a cool view. Well done, Uriah. In fact, in about 3.5 minutes, you can take the rest of the day off. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, that all-important weekend weather forecast. Heavy snow in the Cascades again. The weather is next. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
This is the time of year we celebrate family, traditions, and great food. At Abby's, our legendary pizzas are so giant that they feed up to 6 happy family members. When you need a break from cooking, think Abby's. Our place or your place. Our family is here for your family. What makes Abby's triple topper so great?
Pepperoni, Canadian bacon, ground beef.
With these premium toppings piled to the edge, it's a whole lot of pizza on sale for a very special price. And when you give the gift of Abby's, we'll give you a present too.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether. We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Okay, let's send you down the road with your forecast. We're going to show you this slide one more time to give you an idea of the unpredictability of this incoming system. About the only thing that they know is coming is that there's a system rolling in, but it's a very complex scenario, and all kinds of different computer models are kicking out all kinds of different situations. You see the big red circle in the middle, which is where we are. They just don't know. We could get, well, I'm pretty sure we're going to get some snow, probably about 1 inch in the Wenatchee Valley. Other locations are going to get more snow, but we could see some rain, could even see some freezing rain, or we could see none of those things, or a mixture of all three of these things. There is one lead pipe cinch, heavy snow again in the Cascades. The heaviest snowfall, by the way, if you're traveling this weekend into the mountains, is going to be late Saturday night. And that means Stevens Pass, are you ready for this? They're going to get about 1 inch of snow each hour starting Saturday afternoon and going into Sunday morning. They're predicting 18 to 24 inches of snow at the summit of Stevens Pass. Of course, I-90 was shut down for about 4 hours in both directions last night because they couldn't keep up with the snow. So, from the National Weather Service, sunshine today, lower 40s, so I'm liking that. The system will start rolling in tonight. Nothing really dramatic, but the clouds will be thickening up. 27 for the overnight low. And here we go on Saturday. There's a rain-snow mix possible, and then rain, and then back to snow. Did you get all that? And then snow Saturday night, about an inch for the Wenatchee Valley, and then rain on Sunday. We get it all. And that's it for us. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday. Take care. Bye-bye.
Greetings, North Central Washington. Welcome to Networked, the show that brings you the brightest minds and inspiring stories from the world of technology, community development, and beyond. I'm your host, Jenny Rojanasatian, the Executive Director of NCW Tech Alliance, and I am so thrilled to have you join us today. On this episode of Networked, we have a very special guest joining us, a true powerhouse who's making a tremendous impact in our community. Rosa Polito, who was born and raised right here in the Valley. Rosa brings a wealth of knowledge and experience